Check, check, dinosaur. 1, 2, 3, dinosaur. Did we get it working? I hope so. I think we have it working now. Oh my gosh, that was a nightmare. Yeah. Oh, well now. Okay, there. There! Okay. Did I get chat working now? I think so. I need to adjust. Welcome on, everybody! I need to fix this really quickly. There we go. We are streaming on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram, and on Twitch. We are multi-streaming finally, so I'm gonna real quickly check my phone to make sure everything is working on that end before we start. It has been a lot of setting up things. One thing did not work for my chat. So again, chat I can only read on Twitch and YouTube. So if you're on Instagram or on TikTok, I can't read anything you're saying, unfortunately, but maybe I'll be able to fix that in the future. So yeah. I don't know if I can even check on my own account if I'm streaming. I don't think so. So I'll just have to have somebody check for me. Does it show on TikTok too? Yeah, well, let me check on this. Ah, okay. But yeah, welcome on everybody. And cheers. I'm happy we finally got things situated so I can show y'all some more work. We are going to be continuing working on my Kerrigan cosplay from Starcraft. A lot of sculpting with monster clay, and I'll show you a little bit of what I finished. Let me switch over to this camera, which we're going to be working on this today. This is the leg, but in terms of, I'm going to have to unstrap it to do this real quick. Okay. Let's see. This, sorry for my shakiness, is done now. Yeah. And the arm's attached too. Let me see if I can move this. So yeah, it took a long time to do all of this, by far. is the arm on this side, which then I will end up mirroring partly on that side underneath the spike there. But I'm pretty happy with all the details on everything, especially it being my first time using monster clay and sculpting. And then Nami over there. And then the back is all done as well. I really love this part. It's probably my favorite section, is just this back little shoulder plate thingy. But yeah. But we are not working on that today. We will be working on this foot, which I've got our basic monster clay applied to it. And then, let me get that redone. There we go. And then, we'll start doing some details and stuff. And plan is to get most of this, like, built up into what I want. And then once I get a lot of that detail, I'll then connect it to the body on the ground. And I will continue upward onto the bum and the side hip area thingy. So it's just a lot easier to work on individual body parts and not the whole body at once. It's a bit harder to hold and make sure when I'm sanding the clay and stuff that it doesn't fall over like the whole thing. So yeah. But welcome on, everybody. Glad to have all of y'all back. Hopefully YouTube is going to be a little bit better. I changed some settings. If it is still giving issues, please let me know so I can try to fix it again for next stream. Also, for Honeyfro, in case you do end up switching over to Twitch, if there's issues again with YouTube, I made you a VIP. I don't really know what it does, but hopefully it'll help with things, and I don't know. So, yeah. But yeah, for Goopy, asking, you're working on a cosplay yourself and wondering what foam I use for my props. I use EVA foam that is provided by Cosplay Supplies. If you do !foam, it should give you a link to it, I believe. And then that link, you get like a 5% discount on them. But that's what I use. They are mostly a US brand. So if you're international, I would recommend HD foam, which you can get from Blix. So yeah, sorry, brain bleh. So hi Ruru, come on, into me. Okay. I need to adjust this a little. My mic is blocking ever so slightly. There we go. Yeah. And if I can have one of my mods just check on Instagram and TikTok to make sure that it's actually like streaming through there properly. Please, thank you. So yeah. But let me see if it's heated up enough. I did have to put a third batch of monster clay in. And I ended up getting a fourth one too, just in case, since there's still quite a bit of build-up I'll have to do for other parts. So. If you didn't see last stream, I'm using monster clay, and for this type of material you use a crock pot to heat it up. So, and this is the medium level. A gender bend Roxy cosplay and currently working on set. Ooh, very cool. I assume Roxy from, which Roxy? I know Roxy from Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation. So hopefully that one. I know, delicious clay. Yum yum yum. Okay, cool. Alrighty. Let me just see where I'm at, so I can look at this. It does not stand, the leg does not stand on its own. which is fine. But I just want to kind of see where I left off last night. I did not smooth that part out, so I'm gonna do that real quick. Loki, it's a great show. I love it, honestly. I've seen all of it so far. Okay, that's me. I'm still not used to having the camera over here, so sorry if it makes you a little sick. There we go. Okay. Anya says your ancient cosplay was aw, thank you, I appreciate it. It was a cosplay that I didn't think I'd actually make for another 2 years, but the community wanted it so badly. That was like, I had thousands upon thousands of requests, and that was the #1 requested thing for me to make last year, so I ended up doing it much sooner, and a lot of people now are requesting her. Like, I know a bit of Digimon, but I watched it when I was a kid, when it was coming out on the WB on Saturday morning cartoons, so I don't really remember much. But there was another evolution of, like, is it Dark Lady or... I said something about it yesterday, but yeah, a lot of people were requesting that one, which is like her same version but a darker version, so yeah. Yeah. Always neat when everybody's household items make it... Oh, I've used crockpots for more crafting stuff than for cosplay. So I used to be a metalsmith, and for cleaning your metal, it's called a pickle pot, and you make your pickle solution in it, and you have to heat it up, and you always use a crockpot for that. So I was used to that for my undergrad and for when I worked at a jewelry company. I think otherwise I only used a crockpot once, and I remember when I first asked my grandma when I was in college, she's like, what do you need for school and this and that, I'll get you something. I was like, oh, a crockpot, and she's like, I'm so excited, you're learning to cook, and I was like, it's not for cooking. I used it once for cooking before I dedicated it to having my pickle bath, which is not the edible pickles, it's like basically acid kind of stuff for cleaning your metal. So, yeah. The WB kids I had growing up, so I used to do tons of stuff with them. And I ended up having, I found it a long time ago, but I don't remember where I put it. My WB card, was anybody a member of that when they grew up? And you had like an actual plastic like ID card with your name and everything for WB? You're also crafting today? What are you working on today, honey bro? Is it the Secrets cosplay? Or the... Oh no, you were doing the Eevee transformations, I believe. I have 2 kitties. So we've got... Can you see her in the background if I go this way? You can! This one is Nami, and then the white one is Yuki. They're both ragdolls. Nami is the more cuddly one that the hamster stops running in her brain a lot, and she just stands there. Very cute, very loving, not the smartest of cats. Where Yuki, she's the smartest cat I've ever known in my entire life. She's so intelligent, and she knows that she's pretty, and she knows how to get away with things, and she's smart with opening stuff and getting what she wants, and like, she's a troublemaker. But I love her, so. Yeah, they're my two little assistants that always make sure that I am working on their schedule. Did I make her? Oh, I did. So in my undergrad, I ended up making her, we were casting things in bronze, and for a lot of my work, I liked to cast flowers, and I found a way, like, flowers were really hard to cast because, like, petals, when you put in the investment stuff, it ends up, like, closing on itself and not opening, so you had to pour in the investment, which is basically like baking powder or flour that you put into the cup with your flour. So you have to put it into the inside of the flower. I'm doing a terrible job explaining this, but basically if you put it inside, the flower stays open. And so I did a ton of tulips in bronze, and one of them I gave to her. It was like a Japanese tulip, very pretty, and she liked it a lot. And then when I graduated my undergrad and I became a jewelry designer at a very big company, one of the pieces that I worked on, designed, and went into the line, it was a silver cuff, and I bought it for her and gave it to her. And she wore it a bunch. So, yeah. It's like one of the non-charm things that I made for James Avery. I don't know. Lady Debbie Mom, thank you. I'm also really behind on chat. I apologize. I knew it was a lady something. With how popular Angelman was, I am really thinking about it. It's not one of the cosplays that, even though it was a community build for my brand of making patterns off of and the harness and things, I haven't made a lot off of it in terms of actual like financial sales from my website. But in terms of followage and social media stuff, it definitely got a lot. Some unwanted attention on some stuff, obviously, but yeah. Friend. Aww. Well, bonjour, Darkin. I'm sorry. Welcome to the channel. Yes. Yep, we're back. Yeah, I was having a little bit of issues, Adam, with setting up the stream on YouTube side. So I was still having a lot of the low latency. I can't say that word. It was giving me a lot of issues, so I had to restart, but then it took like 15 minutes to restart the whole thing again, which was annoying because I didn't realize how many different steps, like, to multi-stream on 4 different platforms takes a lot now to set up beforehand, rather than doing it on my phone. So hopefully it's worth it for y'all. Hopefully y'all are enjoying the stream, and it can give y'all a little more insight to everything. Yeah. Oh, I also have new notifications on both YouTube and Twitch for YouTube, any members, as well as super chats, there's new stuff. And then for Twitch, it is for subs, raids, bits, and things like that. And I think I added a new channel point thingy. I couldn't get sound working on channel points still, so I'll have to continue looking into that. But yeah, hopefully y'all like all of those. If anybody does decide to support, if not, no worries, no worries. Happy to have y'all here. So yeah. I'm right now just finishing up this part. So basically when I like to sculpt things, I like to get the basic forms first, and I try to smooth them out a little bit before I add the details. It just makes it so it's a lot easier to make sure everything has the same height and build. Where if you're just putting clay on something, it's never smooth, it's very fingerprinty and push and pull. So by doing this afterwards, it makes it where it's a lot easier to kind of have a base to start adding detail. And also, I'm waiting a little bit more for my foam clay to heat up because I didn't heat it up soon enough. Yeah, I kind of forgot. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna stream! Oh, I should probably turn that on. Oopsie. So yeah. But it won't take too long. I just got a few more on this part. I want the bottom part to be very sharp? Sharp the word? Maybe? Yeah. So, let me catch up on chat a little bit. Also crafting today, currently working on TM Opera O from Umarusum. Oh, okay. When you said horse girl game, that okay. I haven't seen it and I don't know any of the characters. So yeah, but I know I've seen a lot of cosplays from it. Very interested. So best of luck. What part are you working on today? I assume it's some type of skirt character with a tail. I think that's what they are. Yep, working on Umbreon headpiece, and the ears are done. Also, I'll be drafting a pattern for the dress. We have a Hancock from One Piece. I don't remember the One Piece character, but at least I remembered the Pokemon one. Yes. Well, hamster is still running in my brain right now, a little bit. I think when I start adding details, I'll try to move the camera a little closer for y'all to see, because right now I'm still kind of going everywhere. That might be a little nicer for y'all. Here in the US, we're required to take a language, but we get to choose which one. I did Spanish, not that I really learned anything, so figured it would be the most useful for me since I grew up in Texas and most people there spoke Spanish, so it was good to have some basic words. But I don't really know too many people that speak French, at least where I was in Texas growing up. So, hey Socks, Pokemon, and Jack. Really good. If you get some time, you should check. Okay. I did end up watching You'll know what it is, Honeyfro. The Assigned Heroes? I don't think that's the name, but it's something like that. The anime. I am loving it so much right now. I think I'm on episode 3. I didn't realize the first episode was like an hour long, but it's really good. I have been guessing every single part of it though, so that's the only downfall of it, but I really like it. I like the art stylistics of it. It really reminds me of a mixture of Rust Eater Bisco. What was the other one? Hell's Paradise. Sentenced to be a Hero. Thank you. Yes. And then a little bit of adding Attack on Titans to it. So if you like mix all of those together, it very much feels like that. And the art stylist of all of the critters with like the glowing, like, is so cool. I really appreciate it. Okay, we are done with that part. Clean up my mess. It was really bad when I was carving it last night. Oh. I let the animal one. And hamster. Did you create that name right when I said that? No, I always joke around because Nami, she kind of like zones out for a bit and you'll just like, she'll freeze and you just poke her and she won't move and it's like the hamster stopped running in her brain. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it is the year of the horse. Yeah. That's how you describe your... Okay, I understand that too. I mean, I haven't... Yeah. Yeah, for music, if you do ! music, it'll bring up the link to the live YouTube channel, station we're watching, listening to. Yeah. Okay, so I want to mimic, I'm trying to keep like it all kind of stylized in different sections but still all come together, so I like to go back and forth and look at what I have sculpted and try to emulate that in certain spots already. So I'm going to look at that and see which way I want to go, because I had a plan in my head last night. Oh, hey, I'm here. I know, I turned my head. It got confused. The hamster stopped working in the camera as well. Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna look over here. We'll see if it remembers. I put this in a bad spot because I want to mimic this part. So I'm gonna rotate her. And hopefully I won't get flagged for the bum. But I want to mimic this section with it more. I think that's kind of how I'm going to go with it. So. Yours is 35 hamsters stuck in a skate park all going different directions. I call that the oh shiny syndrome for me. I love that. Okay, let me see. So, got all that. I want to do, for this side, I really want to add all of those parts, and then for those sections, I think I'm going to work on the spikes right now. Because once I get that, I think, because I know how that's going to look in my head with everything, and then once I get that all finished, I'll be able to kind of figure out and see how I kind of sculpt on those parts. Yeah, we're going to do that. Okay. That's the plan. Yeah. We're going to put it like that, and then let me figure out the camera situation. Ish. It's a little dark. Let me see if I can turn up the brightness a little bit on it. It has issues with the blinds in the background. Okay, that one is which camera? This one. Okay. Okay, that's at 100% brightness. So hopefully that works. Okay. Looks amazing so far. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun sculpting, so it's very different from my normal working. Typically, I work with EVA foam mostly with some 3D printing. But this one's all been sculpting with monster clay, and then the plan is to scan it with my 3D scanner to mirror it on both sides, and then basically 3D print a shell that I can make my silicone into the mold into. So, yeah. It makes sense in my head. We'll see if it comes to life. But this is all, I wanted to learn how to do all of this, so this has been my first time doing all of this type of process for anything, and I'm loving it so far. But it definitely is a very expensive thing, and that's why I was like, I'm not gonna try learning all of this with silicone and monster clay and everything on a small project. I'm like, if I'm gonna do it, I might as well just go all out, and so that's kind of what I'm doing. That explanation made sense out loud? Okay, cool. Glad it did. You got this. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll still have some foam work in this build. So the plan will be, as of right now, all of her, I'm going to call them dreadlocks, but they're not dreadlocks. They're hair things. They're like snake kind of. I don't really know. I don't know. But that I plan out of using foam dowels to basically make all tendrils. That's a good one. Yes, except I can't say it. I know, go big or go home. So yeah, that's kind of the plan with that. You know, in all reality, I should have carved out this more. Actually, I'm gonna do that. Hair tendrils. Yes, it is that. Okay, I take that back. I want to carve this out so I have more space to kind of do the cavity. I built it up a little too much last night. But yeah, sorry, lost track. So that'll be foam dowels, and then for her wings, the plan is it's gonna be my normal like wing harness kind of thing, and then I'll have a little bit of 3D printing in it just for structural support, as well as either PVC or CPVC depending on the size, and then I will have foam around that just because I need it to be really lightweight. Some of the big learning curves I had from when I made Lilith from Diablo was I ended up making the wings twice, and I still I am happy with the results they were. I was not going for an accurate. I was not going for more of like Lilith. I was going for a more artsy kind of version of my interpretation of it. And I'm really happy with the wings. But I learned so much because they ended up weighing a lot. Not the foam parts. The foam, like the top, so the wings were like this, and then it had spikes that were connected at the bottom. And the top part, those are super lightweight. It was easy. Walk around for days in my heels with them, because it was all foam. But the bottom spikes that I screwed on, I ended up, so first I ended up resin printing them, because I designed them all in that. And then I used them as a shell to make a mold, and then I poured, because the resin ended up being too heavy. But then I ended up doing, what did I use? I poured something into a mold, which I thought was going to be lighter weight, but it ended up just weighing the same amount. So yeah, I did that, and it was heavy for that part. Like, I could still bear it. It was not one of, like, it wasn't my heaviest set of wings, but it still was kind of a bit much. So I kind of want to learn from that, and we're going to make these, because they pretty much are the exact same wings. Lilith is designed from Sarah Kerrigan. Like, they're pretty much the exact same. So yeah. That's the plan. Is this for a competition or just for fun? It's just for fun, but maybe in the future competition? I don't know. I'm not really planning. Like, I say I'm done competing, but so Seth was my last competition piece. I wanted that to be my final one at C2E2. I'm okay that I didn't win anything. Totally fine with all of that. Like, totally agree with the judges. But the judging process, one of the judges, I did not like what they said on how they basically told me, you should just buy that next time for my hoop skirt that I made 100% from scratch. And it made me so upset of, like, it's a competition and you're telling me to just buy something and you're basically just omitting that from your head. Like, I made this from scratch because I had, like, it upset me so much, and I'm obviously still upset about it. Just that whole experience, and I hate that that is my final experience of competing at a competition. So I'm still open to competing maybe once in the future, but it is technically my, that was what I wanted to end on, so, yeah. Yeah. And that's why I was just like, I get it. Yeah, I was just really upset about that. That's all. So it's kind of one of those where I don't want that to be the final moment. And I always, when I do panels on what to expect when entering your first cosplay competition, it's like, even at my level, even at the highest level of competing that you can do right now, you still have judges that say shit like that. So, unfortunately, that's that. So. Yeah. I know. It was so. On Seth, probably one of my favorite parts of that cosplay was actually the hoop skirt, which is why it upsets me a lot. Just because that was because of me having surgery. I couldn't put a lot of pressure around my waist, and because the skirt for Seth weighed so much, I had to make the hoop skirt where it was a small hoop skirt. It was like for a short skirt kind of thing, but I was still really proud of it. But I had to do let's see if it'll go down. The waist part, I ended up having it where it was like a full-on that much rather than just a tie, because I needed that extra softness around my tummy. And I mentioned it a little bit, but let's face it, I'm not the best when it comes to talking. So I don't know if they just didn't hear it. or what, but it still just was like grump, grump, grump. But yeah, again, I'm not upset with not winning anything for that costume. I definitely think everybody that won it, their costumes were amazing, far beyond mine. There was a lot of issues with mine, with Seth. Like, it looks great in pictures, but there was a bit of flaws, which I just couldn't be bothered to fix. So yeah, I'm fine with that. You agree, haven't made a hoop skirt yet, but you imagine they require a good amount of work, especially for a custom one for your body. Yeah. But, well. So yeah. How's, you're working on your stuff, right? How is that coming along? That is true, Lithian. So specifically Seth, it had came out on, oh, what's her name? She's a YouTube cosplayer. Like, she's got a big following. And she talked about how somebody had also cosplayed Seth and they bought it from someone and then entered it and claimed that they had made it. And so there was a whole thing because they had won with it when they had bought it. And so that was also, that's another good point of, like, the fact that you're saying you could have just, like, you should have just bought this. Like, no. So, yeah. Yes, Sarah Spaceman. Thank you. Yeah, she did a while back. I had already started working on Seth before she released that video. I didn't even know anything about that. But I wasn't making Seth because of that. Just, I love Trinity Blood. So, and it's my 4th cosplay I've made from Trinity Blood now. Alrighty. I'm gonna turn my heater down. It's a little toasty. Yeah. I just want to make sure. Okay. I was making sure everything was going back and forth. Replica Sea of Thieves trophy I'm working on is basically a mounted fish that looks like a soda. Oh, that's cool. Are you doing it, Wait. Let me read it again. Are you making it for yourself, or are you making it as a trophy for something? I guess I'm misunderstanding. Sorry. For the Sea of Thieves fish. Sorry. So still a bit slow going with your Seth, still working on beadwork, so I plan on actually starting the garment soon once things are a bit slower. I want to start the sleeves and this. Ah, okay. Yeah, I imagine the beadwork has taken some time. What are your final, like, end goals of Seth? Are you just making it, or are you planning on making yours for a competition as well? Or not sure? Mainly for yourself? Okay, cool. Yeah, I'd love to see it, Hamster. If you want to put it, your progress in our Discord, ! Discord, love to see it. Don't across self. Oh no, that's fine. I mean, if you're designing something, you can still share it there. Excuse me real quick. Okay. Shaggy Maid. Sorry. I don't know those characters off the top of my head, but if you want to put it in Discord so I can look it up later. Yeah. I've gotten to the point where I do a lot of suggested ones for from the community for cosplays now. And I do like 1 or 2 cosplays a year that are actually personal builds. So this one's a personal build for me. But if enough people are interested in a character for me to make, which is how Angel Woman came along, and also for Dark Magician Girl, both of those were highly requested from the community. So yeah, if enough people are interested in it, then I'll definitely give it a go if I have time for doing stuff. So yeah. Where'd you go? One day, I will have a studio that doesn't have carpet in it. Ugh, I hate carpet so much. At least for my working space. Hopefully the next place we are stationed, we'll be able to rent a place that has a bigger room for my actual studio. I'd love either a huge, like you know those basement game rooms, or just a basement in general that isn't disgustingly covered in bugs like mine. I'd love to have just a full studio in there, and instead of having this as my setup, have it where it's like I actually have the streaming setup of the table here, the camera's on the opposite side, and then I have tons of working stations in like that dream studio. I would love that. One day, that's the goal. Hopefully. But until then, we make do with the carpet and trying not to get too much on it. So. Luckily, this clay doesn't like stick into the carpet, so it's not bad. It just sticks onto your feet because it attracts with heat. Welcome on. Dark Magician Girl is such a pop. Yeah. I really liked how it came out. It was, though, I wore it to one convention, and if I do ever plan to wear it again, I have to alter it. Oh, sorry. Camera lost its thought for a second. The hamster died. But I do have to alter it because I made it as a leotard, and that means if I have to go to the restroom, the entire costume, every single part has to come off. So I want to make it where it has like a Velcro crotch to be able to use the facilities a lot easier. Luckily, the convention I wore it at was a super, super small one, so there was nobody in the restroom, and then there was like hardly anybody there, so it didn't really matter if I took a long time. So. Really enjoy your content. Your looks are very, very on point. So, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, we're currently today working on Sarah Kerrigan from Starcraft, specifically the leg. And we are carving right now. The material I'm using is called monster clay. So just finishing up, and then I'll start adding some stuff. I know I said I'll start adding stuff real soon, and then I started carving again more. So, Okay. There we go. I'm glad I felt another part. I think I'm good. Oh, nope, there's a tiny bit. I'm gonna throw that away. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna make a bunch of coils, and then we'll start kind of adding in where the stuff are. Basically, so as my reference, I want to emulate like these type of lines here. So going in and out, and then we're gonna go from there. So I use the reference images as kind of like a base, but I'm not trying to 100% make it exactly perfect. I want to make it kind of close, but I want to have my own artistic license of making it feel correct to my body, because I'm not her measurements at all. So yeah, I want to make sure it all looks good for me. All right, there we go. Let's see. And cheers, guys. Thank you for watching. And for those on Instagram and TikTok, I'm happy to have y'all here as well. So this is our first official multi-stream not on the phones. So hopefully it is working well for y'all. Unfortunately, I can't see chat. So hopefully somebody will let me know later on if it worked okay for y'all. So yeah. I do want to check over there to make sure everything's, like, it didn't have a thingy for some reason. I assume this one's going. I have no idea. Okay. Stir the pot a little. We're gonna change it to warm now. And now that I'm kind of working with this one, I'm gonna put my hair back a little. Our weather is so crazy now. So we were all last week, like 65s to 75s. It was wonderful. It got nice and warm. And then 2 days ago, it got really cold again, and we got 5 inches of snow. So now we're like in the 20s every day. It's still dropping. I think one night we're still supposed to be like, I think it said 2 degrees. And I was just enjoying all the nice warm weather. So, yeah. But, oh well. Hey, Hat, welcome on. Let me see. This part is still not carved up yet, so I'm gonna... Don't fall. Kind of carve it a little and get some fresh ones. Let it cool. There's tons of hair in it because my house is covered in cat hair. Yeah. Delicious. Okay. I try not to use the spatula as much as possible. I only use it when I need to cut up the surface of the thing. Because last night I put a whole new thing of monster clay out of the package, so it hasn't been worked yet. So it still needs to be kind of cut up. Otherwise there's a bunch of liquid around it. I know! It's some yummy soup! Just, delicious. Yum yum yums. got warm enough here to finally do the overdue car wash. 3 days later, 2 inches of sludge and snow got. That's basically how it was here. Thought it was like, okay. Like, we kind of figured there would be one more kind of cold hit. But I put up all of the snow coats, the snowshoes, and everything. And I was like, no, it's not going to happen. A few days later, it happened. So, you can blame me because I got too eager to clean the house. Alright, let us start adding spots. So this is where I'm just going to kind of add these coils. And just push a little bit to hold them in place. And we'll just do this for a while. I tried when doing this to not have them evenly spread out, and I try to have them different thicknesses, just so it looks more organic and not so perfect, because it's basically a whole monster thing. Let's see. I hate how dark it is. I can't make it brighter. Make it brighter. Can I do this? Does that help? Annie. I don't want to bring my giant photography lights in here. So, I mean, it's kinda. If I... Now it's hard for me to read. I liked it more here. We're gonna go back there. Back there. Yeah, we went from 67 to 30 in 2 days here. Yeah, it's been terrible. I'm ready for spring. Ugh. I did though, we got the snow and I ended up putting the kitties outside. Which is funny because, so Yuki is snow in Japanese, that's her name. Like, it means that. She's a little white kitty. And then, okay, that's weird. And she used to like the snow. She really enjoyed it the first time we put her out there. And now she's like, she loves going outside. So I put her little paws in the snow just so she could touch it. And she was so unhappy. She was like, no, I don't like this, no. And then Nami, when I picked her up, she was screaming like, no, I don't want to go out there. And then I put her paws in and she was just like, I like this. It's like, oh, they're so funny. And so the next day, yesterday, I put them on their leashes and harnesses, which Nami doesn't fit in hers at all. I hope she wasn't in pain because I had to really pull it to close it. I had to get a new one for her. She's kind of gained a bit of weight. Well, not weight. She's gotten bigger. She's not gaining weight. She's just a bigger kitty now. But yeah, I put them both outside, and Yuki froze up outside, and then ended up just laying in the snow. And then Nami was fine, but then she started freaking out and then panting. Like she was happy running around, and then all of a sudden it was like the little hamster was like, "Uh-oh, where are we? I forgot." So then I had to hurry and bring her inside. So, I don't know. I would one day like them to be my little travel kitties though, and take them backpacking. Yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal. Okay. You might have missed it, but I am interested in competing with Seth once she's finished, but wanted to ask for permission since he made... Oh No, you're totally fine. Please compete with it. Yeah. The only thing I say is if you do use any of my patterns and stuff, just let the judges know, and then that you altered them, obviously. So, but yeah, totally fine. Yes, and then I want pictures. I want to see pictures. Please work with it too. No, yeah, everybody is always open to compete, just as long as they give credit of like where they got some stuff from. So, yeah. No worries, it's coming. Hopefully there will be the last hurry. I know. No more cold. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, thank you for all the new follows on Twitch and on YouTube. I appreciate it. I didn't know I got notifications on that on here. So yeah. We are working on adding little bits right now. Little coils. Sorry, we're camera issues. Ish. There. Ish. Yeah. Yeah, of course I'll create your patterns. Hopefully I'll win something that I'd love to get out of intermediate. Okay, I don't know where you're competing, but already with your beadwork, you should be competing at a higher level. Just saying. But I don't know. I know some competitions, like, you are required to have an award to go higher, which I think is silly. I think you should be able to enter into whatever level you think you are at, and that if you have one of awards, then you do have to go up, but if you don't, you can still have the option to go up into whatever level you want. That's my personal feelings on that. And that if you enter at a lower level than what the judges think, then they would be able to bump you up. But I don't know what competition circuit you're in. So they all depend, or they differ with their rules and things. So. Alright, add a few more. My nose. Excuse me. Okay, make sure camera's still following. Cool. Cool. We're good. Alright, that's that top one. So I've kind of got all of the placements for that, so I'm going to go to the next level. And some of these, once I start carving it, I'll probably add a little bit more height to them so they're not so sucked down, I guess. More cat hair. Been told your beadwork is master level, but your sewing still needs some work to place. Feel like intermediate is a good place for me currently. Stuff is like a pushing. Oh, okay. Well, that's good then. We'll push. We'll help encourage you, and all. I can be like, get back to sewing. Remember, iron your seams first. Iron your fabric. We can be your cheerleaders and help you, or I guess, yeah, all cheerleaders, and we can help encourage you. So yeah, that's for anybody in the community too. I always love to hear what y'all are doing and making. one bead worker who I don't remember her name on, I follow her on Threads, and her profile is like a green goo lagoon monster thing, but she won at New York City Comic-Con for her, what's the last of it? Are they like the critters that have like the mushrooms growing out? Tweakers? I don't know what they're called, but she did like something like that. And then it's all just like a beaded dress thing, and she's adding like all these hand beaded blood stains. I recommend checking her out. I wish I knew her name. Somebody may know her. But yeah, I've been loving seeing her stuff. Clickers, thank you. That was kind of close. Kinda. 100% love the encouragement to keep her. Yeah, always. I'm not even gonna try to say that name, but yeah, maybe that one. There's like her, and then there was somebody else that I've been watching doing hand embroidery where they did the traditional, I don't even know what they're making. They've been working on it for a while, and they've been sharing it in my weekly, like, what are you working on thing? Work in Progress Wednesdays on Thursday, and I love seeing it. But it's some type of white dress, and she's got this huge hoop skirt, and she's done where she did the traditional, you like cut out the cardboard and then just gold hand embroidery, like what I wanted to do with Seth, but I just don't have the patience. I have the patience to do this and sculpt. Beadwork, no patience whatsoever for that. But I had no idea what her name is, or his. I actually don't know. But it's been so beautiful just seeing that as well. Alrighty. Okay. Continuing. If they're in the Discord, I try to find them. I don't think they're in the Discord. So I've been only seeing them on Threads. And it's one of those where, like, because I'm so interested, I keep seeing it pop up, but then I never, like, we know I don't know names. I don't remember any names of any animes or anything else, so I'm just kind of, like, all over the place of just, I don't know. So, yeah. One day, I will write it down, and let people know, but... I have been also still kind of, like, since I took all of January off of social media, I'm still not fully back in. So I'm still kind of, like, limiting myself because I don't want to be sucked in right away. Because I get really bad and fixated, and so I've been trying to keep a healthy balance now, which has been working out great. I don't do social media or emails after 6 p.m., and then I don't check my emails on my phone anymore. I only do it on the computer. Because it used to be every single break, I would check, like, if I used the restroom or if I, like, was waiting on something, I'd constantly be checking my phone for social media and emails and stuff, and I realized that was affecting me a lot. And so I'm trying to treat this more, because this is my full-time job, so I'm trying to treat it more as that, as an actual company kind of thing. And it's working better. And then also on the weekends, besides today, because I still wasn't 100% yesterday, but trying not to do social media on the weekends. Besides here and there, if I go out, I'll do some stuff in my stories, but I'm not trying to be sucked in. So, yeah. Yeah, really trying not to be overwhelmed, which means less posting from me and less, like, interaction, which is bad, but it's much better for me and healthier for me, so I'm enjoying that at least. But we'll see. I may have to kind of go back and do more social media things. Oops. Sorry. There we go. Wizard! Afternoon! How are you doing? Hopefully no worky work today. We are working on the leg. Starting to add details. I gotta show Denami real quick. My shakiness. I'm sorry. There you go. The little nom-noms. She's so sweet. She's been loving her morning routines of, like, she goes in the bathtub. I've been trying to share it in my stories. And she, like, perks up at me, and then she wants me to run her, like, and then I stop, and then she'll start, like, and then jump up, and it's like a constant play back and forth. Oh, and she wanted it so much this morning. Like, I stopped and walked away and brushed my teeth, and then she started crying again for more, and wouldn't leave the bathtub. She's a happy little thing. Yeah, mental health is important. Especially, like, I want this year to be more of take care of me first right now. And so one thing that's different is I'm not applying for any conventions this year, like right now, where in the past sometimes I'll like put like, hey, here's my media kit if you're interested in stuff, but I'm just kind of like, I need to work on myself and get a little more healthier, figure my whole messed up situation, which I have updates. Don't let me forget. I'll share some of those. But yeah, I need to deal with me first before that. And same with sponsors. I've had a few sponsors reach out, and like old ones that I want to talk to still, but I'm just like, I can't dedicate like time to that. I need to just deal with me right now. And honestly, sculpting has been so nice. Just to relax and to just kind of do this and just zone out, and it's really, really refreshing. Oh, my nose, I'm sorry. It's from all of the heat everywhere in here. So, haircut and Raising Cane's. So I'm not a big fan of Raising Cane's, personally. You decided not to go hike because you're lazy. I think that's a good reason. Yeah. I want to go hiking though, but it decided to snow, so yeah. Tiny step from sculpting to mini painting. Join the dark side, indulge in the plastic. Funny enough, I was thinking maybe I would do some miniature stuff and do like a little video on YouTube one day. I thought it would be interesting. I have never bought a store-bought costume, like cosplay or anything, like even costume. I've never bought one except for like Renaissance Festival. So I thought it might be cool to buy an actual cosplay that's finished and then fix it, alter it, make it nice and shiny, and like do a little video of that. Like, this is my first time doing this, blah blah blah. I don't know. So I was kind of interested in that, but yeah. Watching from the treadmill, you're lazy, but you feel guilty for skipping the hike. Just as long as you have a chocolate milkshake afterwards, then you're all good. Yeah. Okay. Change the... Yeah, I need to write that down, because the Chessbot on Twitch, that does not apply anymore. Don't do that. Chessbot. What are they? Support stuff? Yeah, they're all super long too, and I don't like that. Yeah. I did though, I don't know if you saw on Discord Wizard, but I did update all of our commands for the cosplays that you recommended. So it should be, whether you're on YouTube or on Twitch, because they're two different chat thingies. If you do exclamation point and then one of my cosplays that I've made, so like exclamation point Ariel, then it'll pop up with my page on my website for when we're talking and discussing about it. Some of them though have this kind of abbreviated versions though, so that's the only thing. Like, Pink Mercy is P Mercy instead, since I have so many of those. And like, Spirit Blossom Ari is SB Ari. Yeah. Yeah! So hopefully, maybe that'll come in handy. I don't know. Maybe. It was a lot of work though, so, yeah. And I tried, for the, I don't think anybody's used it on this stream, the, channel points. I tried looking into it for Twitch, and I couldn't seem to figure out how to do notifications for them. Or not notifications, but like sounds. So I'll still look into that, but I have not been able to update that. But I tried doing a bunch of things, so. But yeah, Wizard, we are streaming on all 4 platforms today for multi-stream, so Twitch, YouTube, TikTok now, and then Instagram. I just haven't been able to, like, I haven't pulled up on my desktop, but I haven't been able to actually look on a phone side for Instagram and Instagram and TikTok, sorry. So I'll need to see if somebody has looked at that, yeah. I don't know if it's TikTok approved or not. So I applied and they never sent me any information. But then it was Streamlabs sent me saying, reminder, you need to stream on TikTok within the 14 days or you're going to be taken out of the program. And it was like, did I get approved then? So yeah. I guess that's what it is. Yeah, pretty much. Okay. The funny thing is, sometimes I'll tag a location of my cosplay, like videos or photos, if it's at an actual location. And when I did Freerid, I on Facebook put the location as Omaha, Nebraska, because I took it at one of the parks. And I all of a sudden got all these like people commenting like, cosplay in Nebraska? What? You must be there for a convention. It's like all of this stuff of like, what do you mean? There's no cosplay there. It's just kind of funny. Oh, but yeah, with the Twitch or the TikTok thing though, it's like you have to like, I think, reapply every 14 days or something like that. If you, I don't know. I didn't really read it. I just kind of was like, I don't know. So it was something about every 14 days you have to like redo something, or maybe it's like a new string key or something. I don't know. Always nice to discover sculptors on Twitch. Oh, well, welcome, Hugo Fallen. Yeah, so I used to stream on Twitch many years ago. So I'm a full-time costume and prop maker, so cosplay. And now that Twitch has the multi-stream allowed for YouTube and Twitch and stuff, I finally decided to stop streaming on solely YouTube, and now we're multi-streaming on both. This is actually our third time doing it, so I'm finally back after, I want to say it was like 2 or 3 years. Yeah. Back in the days when there was a maker's channel and not all these different subcategories stuff. But yeah, I'm currently using monster clay, and I'm working on a Kerrigan cosplay from the game Starcraft. And I'm slowly adding these little coils to start doing details, and this is specifically like the leg piece. So yeah. Okay, I'm gonna turn this way. There we go. I wouldn't be surprised if you have to use it regularly. Yeah. Well, TikTok said they're really trying to make it where they created their own, kind of like OBS or Streamlabs OBS. They created their own thing specifically for TikTok, and they want you to use that. So I could stream through that on desktop or on my phone. I can stream on my phone anytime. Don't want to use my phone anymore. I like not having phones on my table now. Oh my gosh, it's wonderful. I have so much more room, and I don't have to deal with setting all that up. But they now, for doing it through so I can multi-stream on everything, it just makes it a little annoying that you have to like apply, and then yeah, it's a whole meh. Meh. Just checking out your store. Looks really good. Thank you. Yeah. So basically the plan is to make the entire suit. So I have the whole other part back there. I'm only doing one half of the body, and then I'm going to 3D scan it, and then I'll put it in and mirror it into my modeling programs, and then kind of merge and mesh everything together. And then from that, I'll be able to make my my shell that I'll 3D print, and then I'll be able to cast in silicone so I can wear it. That is the end goal. This is a whole learning thing, because this is my first time working with all of this material. So yeah, I'm enjoying it a lot. Another one there. Okay. Stir the pot. And grab another handful. Ah. So anybody been playing any new games lately? I've had a few that I've done. So the teardown game, I still didn't finish the last level, but pretty much finished that game. Enjoyed it. And then a life. I mean, we already have a life-size Tiffany. But that one I found. It's kind of like a horror game, but it wasn't, and it's I don't remember the name of it, but I got recommended it, and it's like old school pixel. Like, definitely feels like my childhood. But haunted cabin kind of thing, and then you're there to take care of the critters that live there. But it's not like a scary game. It's just kind of, and you're supposed to cook all of these foods for them, and you have to find all the hidden recipes and all of the hidden food. It's been a lot of fun. Very, very cute game. I think I beat it in like a few hours. It was really good. Recommend it if I remember the name. Yeah. And then there was the other game I just finished last night. It was kind of like an unpacking game, but OCD, like organizing at its finest, which was so nice and relaxing for me. With cats. Yeah. It's like inside out, or no, inside. Oh, just. I don't know. I'll never know these names. Blade Song, a Bladesmith simulator. Oh, that's interesting. Is it, so with song being in the name, is there where you play music to keep the beat when hitting the metal? Can scale it down and make death size Tiffany or cosplay. Yeah. People still are asking for, you know, the Tiffany action figures. Maybe one day we'll have like a few or something. Or maybe I'll make it just for the mods as y'all's little Christmas presents. It is definitely getting toasty in this room now. I'll go stand in the snow for a bit. Give it a voice box, and when you pull it, it goes, yee! That would be pretty accurate. Yeah. I would like to scan myself in a cosplay, but it's... So the scanner that I have is wired. It's not wireless, so you have to be in a room with the your computer. And we did it in the gaming room when we did the scan of my body for the printing. And I would need to get a larger turntable, because the one I have, that I love the one that Daniel gave me. I've used it a lot, but it's meant to stand like this. And having a larger one that I can actually stand in a position would be so much better, like a larger scale one. And then it would have to be something that's not too... It'd have to be a more unified character with less random spike or wings, because the scanner, you have to spin 360, and it's a lot harder to get like fingertips and things like that. So... it'd be a real challenge, but I think it'd be cool. What scanner is it? You know, they've come a long way. I don't remember offhand. If you check out exclamation point YouTube, I just released a video a few weeks ago on basically 3D scanning and 3D printing a life-size version of me, which is what I'm using for the leg. I have in that what it is, but I don't remember offhand. Yeah. He beat you, wizard! Mass print them, send them for me painting, bring them to... Yeah. Yeah. That's how I do my miniatures, right? My miniature paintings. You're on the phone and treadmill. Disadvantages. Excuses. What is... Okay, so you have a symbol next to your name. So does Lothian. It's like the action movie thing. Yours is number 2 and his is number 1. I don't know what what those are though. Besides like maybe how much you've talked. At least in Twitch? I don't know offhand. Let me check. I'm just checking everything real quick. Make sure everything's still going. I think we're still going. Yeah. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. Cool. Yeah, maybe. It's the same on YouTube? Okay. Yeah, you got a gold star next to your name now. Or at least I didn't notice it earlier. Alright. Oh, wait. I can sit now. Oh, and then there's the Nami. Do I keep going that way? Yeah. He's just a happy little bean. So happy, so happy. Okay. I guess since I'm here, I'm gonna do these as well. So the plan with this part too, so this would be kind of like leggings, I guess you would consider them. And then I have, which we'll still need to do this, but the shoe. So kind of imagine this part would end up being in here for the shoey shoe. Shoey shoe. I didn't want to keep working on that. I wanted to get most of the leg kind of sculpted because that's the main part of figuring everything out. And then once I figure the style that I want for this part, then I'll kind of mimic into the shoe. And then also the feet part, which are still like, I'm not a fan of the feet, but it's a different type of shoe feet thing. Like in the image, it's very weird. So, yeah. Haven't seen a life-size process like this before. Super cool. We'll shut... Oh, no! You're all good! You're all good! No need to shut up at all. Enjoy it. Both tied at 7 views? What? Okay, that didn't work. Well, here. Do you sculpt Hugo? let us hear yours. I'm interested. Or do you do any cosplay or any art stuff? Since you are new to the community. Bum, 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 bum. Let's see. Ooh, that's a little toasty. Do art stuff and mainly sculpting at the minute. But polymer claim. Okay, cool. Yeah, I've only done, in terms of sculpting before this project with Monster Clay, I did ceramics in my undergrad. But it's a completely different material in clay, and you use water, and you don't heat it up in a crock pot. So a whole different process. But yeah, I haven't done that type. And then I've worked with foam and foam clay, but I don't consider foam clay really clay at all. This is so much nicer than foam clay. Just because foam clay never did what I wanted it to do. It just did I always call it the gummy bear effect, where the, basically if you made a sharp point with your piece, like that, it would just slowly just kind of gummy bear like that the next day. And I really disliked that about foam clay, so. The 3D scanning is so handy. Yeah! So I've never done it for this. So I'm hoping this all works out. I've done tons of research on this whole process, and I'm hoping it'll all work out how, like, I know I'm gonna have issues. I know I'm gonna have to do some parts a couple of times, but for me, I figured this would be the best for if I was to do like traditional, like kind of like face-off where you sculpt and then you do the shell over it. The problem I have is, well, it's snowing outside, and the temperature, even though I do have a basement and I can heat it up, I can't keep it at a correct heat temperature for long enough for doing a cast of this whole thing. And I'd have to wait a few, like probably at least 3 or 4 months to be able to do that. And then also making just a shell, like a mold of this, the reality of me doing it for the first time, what's the probability of me breaking apart some of it or it not working correctly? And so I figured just by sculpting it and then scanning it, I forever have that part that I've sculpted, and then I can mirror it also. I don't have to do the second half, which nobody likes to mirror the same thing. So by only having to do one side, it makes it a lot more manageable, I guess? I don't know. This is at least how I think of this process. Now come back in like a month or two and I'm done with it, and then we'll see how I feel then. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking now. Am I still on view? Yeah. Huh. But yeah, if anybody has any questions on what I'm working on or any past cosplays I've made or anything, feel free to ask. Or if you have questions about something you're working on, yeah. I'm almost done adding all of our little parts. This definitely is a long process to do, but then we'll be able to start going in there with our tools, which I want to put this one up so I don't go. Yeah. Pokemon Ben, how are you? make another coil, and then this should be our last one that we're doing. I won't be able to show really the bottom just because of the bag. This is actually, it's been working out great because I needed like a prop for holding my arm up, because when I was sculpting, I got tired of having my arm just floating for hours on end. So having this, I was able to like use it, and it's just like a shooting rest. So it's been nice. And right now it's just using it as a weight for the foot. Oh, that one got a little long. Okay. Oop. Looks like he's shoulder. Yeah. It's just a bit. The image down here is what we are making, a life-size Sarah Kerrigan cosplay from Starcraft. And this is the leg right now that I'm working on. And it's been a lot of fun. I think I am on 2 weeks now of working on this, I think. Trinity Bud Cosplay State. Aw, thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, Seth. I've done 4 now from the series. Wizard's commands are already coming in handy. Yeah. Honestly, that was probably one of the best suggestions you've had in a long time. Like, gold stars all around. Even though it did take me like 40 minutes to put in all the commands. Because so for the command thing, the chats, whatever exclamation point things, it's different for YouTube and for Twitch. So I had to do it for each platform. And then I did put them into our Discord too, so. This is called Monster Clay. I'll show you the package in just a second, because I have one more I haven't opened. I'm on the 3rd package right now, because I'm doing a whole life-size thing. But basically this clay, it works up like, you can use your hands and for the heat to warm it up, but it's recommended using a crock pot. So I just have it, right now it's on warm to heat it up. But the clay, this is what I'm currently using. So yeah, and it's their medium one. Yeah, this is, so the only real clay that I've worked with, actually I have worked with Sculpey when I was in high school. Hated Sculpey also. But I did a ceramics class in college, and ceramics clay, like, I hated clay feeling on my hands because it was all water-based and everything. It just was a mess. This clay is really easy to work with, so with the pot, you need to be careful not to burn yourself, but you can have it as like full forms where it's thicker here. Yeah, it's more wax clay, so like candle-y, but then the liquid part, so that can heat up. But in terms of, to show you the consistency, so it's a mess right now, but then once it starts to cool, it will no longer stick to you, and it starts to do the wax like candle. So it's easy cleanup, and then you can just kind of push it together. Sorry, I keep doing it on the side. To make it how you want. So I've really liked this clay. So yeah. They do have, depending on what you're working on, I know, so Monster Clay has their own website, but I got mine from Blix because I found it was faster to get Blix Art Supplies, but Monster Clay has their own website. Not sponsored by them at all. Blix, yes, but not Monster Clay. But they have on their site, if you're interested in what you're wanting to use it, like if you're wanting to cast it in bronze and stuff, like if you can do that and all the different versions of depending on your art. So earned your Christmas card, yeah. Yeah, you can use a heat lamp too. I find, so I don't have a heat lamp, but I also don't want to have like, I go through so much and I just have it on all day. So with this, I want it to be hard when it's a lot easier for me to sculpt, but then I want half liquid, half thicker pieces, I guess, solid pieces. I don't know how to say the consistency. Because some of the stuff I'll have the liquid and I'll kind of fill in. It just depends on the piece. So I found this to work well for me. Also, because I have cats, I don't want them laying under a heat lamp and having the clay and stuff in them. So I just put the lid on top of this. But yeah, it definitely would work with that. So, okay. Let us start to kind of work with these. So I'm going to be using more of the rubber tips. These are from Green Stuff World. They're my favorite, which if y'all haven't seen them, these are all of the different tips. I really only use this one though. And then sometimes I'll use the flathead screwdriver one. But those are my favorite. And they're one of our new sponsors, so it's been nice. Yeah. When we go to Green Stuff World, do you end up with a cart full of things? Oh, have you been there in person? Or have you just ordered from them? Yeah, they reached out to me before Christmas, which from my understanding they're... Oh, online. Okay. Yeah, from my understanding they're... European? Question mark? I don't remember. It's been a few months since I looked. But yeah, they specifically wanted to talk to me because they were introducing cosplay materials, which most of their stuff is, yeah, no worries. What's up? Most of their stuff on their website was more aimed towards model making, I guess, little figurines, D&D stuff. But in the cosplay world, you can use 100% of that, and I already use all of that as well. So they wanted to reach out and offer some stuff. I ended up getting, actually, I haven't moved it anywhere, but they released a thermo art, which is their version of Warbler. I haven't been able to try it yet. But that, they also had Warbler, or I'm sorry, they also had EVA foam, but I have a sponsor for that, so I didn't want to mix, because I didn't want to insult my sponsor on that part. But yeah, a lot of the tools, all the sculpting tools are from them. And it's been really helpful. Yee! But yeah, let us start. Let me see actually, can I... Kinda. I think next stream I will have to get out one of my photography lights, because it just... I feel like the lighting for me the lighting's fine, but for y'all, I have it on max for lightning, but because of the background, it's having a little issues, so. But with our quills, I'm kind of pushing both the edges first, so that way I make sure that it sticks to the form. And I'm kind of trying to mimic the other part of my cosplay, so the rib section. And I'll show that in just a second. But once I have this, then I can kind of go through and smooth out the center parts and kind of give it more of that grainy, like, grossness look. I don't really know what to call it. But yeah, kind of doing that right now. Oh my gosh, stop shaking. I'm so shaky. Is that Ches? No, it's not Ches, but I do have... I'll show you real quick. So, rabbits are my favorite animal. And so that's just a little bunny I've had. Ches, he did not photograph well, ever. So I never got... Like, I have pictures of him, but he's just a blurry gremlin. And so I know he's him. He's my little guy. I love him, but... I never got, like, nice pictures of him. So, yeah. But kind of, so what I'm trying to emulate on this, which I gotta undo this. And this is also to remind me, too. Okay. So I want to get some of this, but then also I want to do... for like the rib cage. Sorry, I got a little close there. And I want to kind of emulate this part so that way it kind of gives the same feeling. So a little bit of that, a little bit of that, and then a little bit of that part is kind of what I'm kind of mixing together. So I really am enjoying this new camera because it has the magnet and I can take it on and off. It's been so helpful. I think this is our second time using this new one since upgrading from the Logitech ones that I've had for 10 years. About time upgrade. So, okay. But yeah, so now I got that and I can kind of go into the middle parts. Will this be the first time painting this sort of material? So, we're not going to be painting the clay. We'll be painting the silicone, which will be the first time painting silicone. And I know you're supposed to be doing, there's like specific silicone paint that also works with latex and stuff. And then I'm going to be doing, I'm going to do a bunch of tests. But yes, it's my first time. Great biological textures in the part you already... Thank you! Yeah, that's been about... So everything I've worked on so far has been about 2 weeks of doing this. For 2 to 6 to 8 hours a day, depending on how I feel. So, yeah. But it's been a lot of fun. A lot of build-up and a lot of... Like, I really enjoy details on work, but specifically I enjoy doing more organic stuff. And so the fact that all of the parts on her are kind of more organic and, I'm going to say gross, I like. So, okay, I'm going to smooth out the parts in between right now, which are going to be nice and pretty first, but we're going to make it messier after. So, was just going through art for some background noise while I draw, and then I saw Sculptors here and went, oh, thank you. Welcome on. What are you drawing in the background? We are working on the legs right now. Now the funny thing is, I have it standing like this for y'all, but the moment I stop streaming, This is gonna be in my lap because that's how I did all of this. Is basically I sat down and then I just put the foot under a leg and then I just kind of sculpted like this, but that's a little more awkward to do on stream. So it's kind of, I'm trying to do it so y'all can see it, but yeah, it's a little funny just thinking of, I'm trying to be proper right now. I'm also going to want to bring this part forward more. So I may add a little bit more material on top towards the edge so it has a little more kind of knuckly feel, I guess. Like, to do that kind of mimic on the edge. Maybe. Yeah. I need a tissue again. I'm sorry. Okay. Apologies. Sorry, I'm behind on messages. Sorry. What do you use to mold? So I ended up 3D printing. So I 3D scanned myself, and then I did a whole thing and made a whole mannequin that basically each part comes on and off. So there's on top, there's lock and keys onto all of the body parts, so I can do each one individually, but I made a life-size version of me. So it's just 3D printed. I used PETG filament, so it's not a smooth surface. It still has the 3D printed texture, so the stair-stepping, but it's pretty smooth still, so it does stick better because it's not just 100% flat surface. I'd say if it was flat, it would have a little bit more issues with sticking onto it. So yeah, I don't know if that was your question or not, but that was my answer. So comes what you meant. Sorry, I couldn't remember. Oh no, it's all good. Yeah. Really excited time to do this. Yeah. Wait, what? Oh, I missed something, but yeah. Hey, Robert! Looking pretty good. Check the figure. And will the character have a mask? No, I will not be making a mask, so I'll end up painting my face a little bit to match the colors, but then I'll have a face cowl on the top for the hair tentacles? Is that what we're calling them? Somebody said a good word. I don't know if it was the tentacles or not. But yeah. We're doing the one that's over here in this image. So, and I just realized for those on Instagram and TikTok, it's this image over here, but I have it on the opposite side for desktop. A little harder to get into those spots. Okay, I'm gonna do this side now. Oh yeah, thanks for following the channel. Starting drawing. Wait, blah blah blah. I'm starting drawing of my current D&D character that will eventually turn into a drawing of her whole adventuring party. Oh, cool. How often do you stream on Twitch? I try to stream once a week on Fridays, so I multi-stream on YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, and Instagram. So yeah, I typically try to stream on Fridays. Today is a off day that I'm streaming on the weekends just because I've had some medical stuff that I've been dealing with. But yeah. We do have though, so if you are interested in seeing any of my past streams though, because we're just getting back into Twitch. I haven't streamed on here for a few years. But my main platform was actually YouTube, and so all of my past streams are still archived on there, including, I think this is my 3rd stream working on this cosplay. So if you want to check those out, they're on YouTube, exclamation point YouTube, if you're interested. But yeah, I just stream for fun. It's a lot for me, because I do this full time, it is a bit more difficult to have everything set up for streaming. It takes a lot of time, and I am limited to what I can share on stream, just because, like, some of my stuff's in the basement, I've got, like, my workbench in the back, and it's a lot harder to film something. So I try to show as much as I can, and just interact with the community, and share with other people, answer questions and stuff on cosplays and all. So, but happy to be back. Alien dreadlocks. Yeah, that works. So yeah, looking forward to following the process in the future then. Good luck and I'll be back. Yeah! Thanks for stopping by and have a good rest of your week. Definitely gonna have a little bit more issues sculpting in that part though. Welcome on. Doing well. Hope you're doing good as well. It's Saturday. I had to think about that for a second. But yeah, we are working on Sarah Kerrigan cosplay today from Starcraft. And I am working on the leg. Oh, I moved the camera. I'm sorry. There we go. Working on the leg right now, adding the detail parts to it. So, slowly sculpting away. About to be, oh! Where are you? Yeah, it's midday for me, or well, I guess it's almost 4 here, 4 p.m. So, I guess afternoon now. So then I have the base ones, I'm going through and I'm going to start adding a little bit more push and pull in some spots. And then I'll eventually use, so my other favorite tools that I like to use, this one's also from Green Stuff World, but it's their wooden little sculpture ones. And this one specifically, like the curve, this one I feel like it makes it where it's a lot easier to carve lines than using so one of the other ones is this one where it's got like the flat. But I find that this one ends up not looking as nice and organic as this one. So I'll go back with that one in a bit. All good. This one's the leg, Rainer. Yeah. You can see a little bit more if I scoot back. So I've got the foot right there, but this is the leg part. There we go. An hour ahead of you? So you're in... Wait. Oh, so you're in the Colorado area then. That time zone-ish. Maybe. I know, leg day, we never forget. My computer is definitely starting to sound like it's having a bit of issues with the stream now. It is making a little bit more noises. So that's a good starting point for there. So we'll get like that-ish. And then I'll kind of mimic this onto all of the parts, and then from there, then I'll start adding more. But this kind of gets me the direction that I'm envisioning for this. But we will see if I can reach in here, because he's a little bit of a tight fit with this tool. I want like the same exact tool, but I want an even smaller tip to be able to do all these fine detail parts. Okay, kinda, I'll have to fuss with it later. Two states north of the, okay. Yeah, I'm currently we're stationed in Nebraska, but originally from Texas. So still the same time zone for me. So yeah. Oh, which one did I do? Wait. Oh, I skipped something. I don't know. Oh well. Okay, and then go in this part. I'm so confused on this. Sorry. Extra heating out. It's very toasty. No, I need to. My PC here. My gaming one is fine. But my studio PC is a little out of date, and I wanted to update some stuff, but a lot of prices for computer parts have kind of gone up a bit too high right now. So waiting a little bit for some of that to come down. But yeah. It's also the first time it's been multi-streaming on so many different platforms. Thank you, Wizard. Yeah, for some reason, the Chessbot, like, put it in so many different platforms, and I don't know. And it confused me because my whole wall of chat just went everywhere, and I was like, wait, what happened? Then do exclamation point YouTube, and I have a whole video of how I did this with the scanner and the printers and everything. I have currently 3 3D printers. One is a Prusa XL. I've got 2 heads on it. And then I was, LED sponsored me their Centauri Carbon, and then Flashforge sponsored me their 85X, I think? But I don't typically use that one, so. But yeah, the video will give you exact links and every little thing that I use, so. Yeah. But in terms of filaments, my favorite is PETG. I find that, at least for cosplay props, it's the strongest for me, especially with traveling and working with different environments and heats and stuff. For basic kind of like prototype stuff, I'll do PLA. And that one is typically on my LE Guild. Make sure you're still good on that. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't figured out. So because I am multi-streaming, I know that Twitch has where you can do the channel tags underneath it. Does mine show with tags? They've like, when I was streaming on Twitch back in the day, they didn't have that option. So that's something I've been trying to kind of figure out a little bit more. But I can only figure so many new things out at a time. Does show tags? Okay, thanks. This is Monster Clay that we're using. Yeah. Nothing bad being said, just roll. Okay. I mean, I printed. The whole life-size body of me is printed. So for the Prusa XL, the bed I can do is I can print like this size. So that by that, so I was able to segment my body into, I don't remember how many pieces, but I didn't have to segment any down the middle. It was just cut like this, so it worked out a bunch. But the Prusa XL was one that I invested in just because I wanted to be able to print larger props. So that one was a big investment for me, just because this is my full-time job. And the first project I did on that actually was my Seth cosplay from Trinity Blood, when I made the her tuning forks. Slowly getting some. Pushing random buttons, hoping nothing to break. Yeah. Okay, just about got this part for our basic lines. Definitely gonna play around with it later, but this gives a good kind of direction that I want this to go in. Definitely when sculpting though, I do it in different processes of getting the basic kind of formats of each thing. So from that part and our little coils down there, kind of pushing them first to kind of get the good direction that I want. But what that's sitting for, I think I'm gonna stop. We did start a little bit later than I normally do, and also we're on a Saturday, but I want to go out tonight and have fun, so I want to stop a little early, and yeah, but big thank you guys. Let me switch over to this one. But yeah, thank you guys so much for stopping by the stream today. This is our first multi-stream on 4 platforms, so I'm excited about that. So if you were watching on TikTok and on Instagram, welcome. I know this is technically our second time on Instagram through the stream, but this is our first one on TikTok through this, so hopefully it worked out well for y'all. I'll take my hair down too. Haha. Do appreciate all of y'all giving me a little bit of your time on this weekend. Appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, I'd love to have you as part of our community, so follow the channel, subscribe the channel, like, I don't know, all the platforms. Yeah. But I should be streaming again next Friday at our normal time-ish. So yeah. But no raid. I'm still figuring some end stuff out. So yeah, I'm trying to get our end credits to work this time. We will see, because I have to do it manually from what I was reading. So, but I appreciate it, guys. Appreciate all of the support, and I will see you for our next one. What's up, guys? Boop, boop, boop. And go to our